Tom? Tom, are you there? Tom? Okay, now it's getting weird. Hey Tom, are you there? So how are you doing? I was driving by a post office the other day and I was thinking about post office unions. As one does, naturally, right? And I thought, I wonder how much stress Tom's carrying right now with that thing. So, what's up? How much stress are you carrying with that and other things? I think you've enjoyed watching this.
Welcome to the Dojo of Sound.
Dare I say transformation? Of Glenn Ostlund becoming a therapist that sits across from other people and helps them discover themselves.
This is a binaural meditation podcast.
And God, that is so fun.
It's a sacred space to me.
So I remember last time, or I don't know if it was last time, or the previous time, you told me that you don't dig the binaural beats. So, fine, you don't have to. I don't like Metallica still. But honestly, I haven't really given it a shot, and I did watch that documentary, and I've got respect for him, and I feel bad for Lars's back.
That I have designed using sound.
But I just started this podcast called The Dojo of Sound that I got the idea, and I don't know if this is going to really play or not, but I know it's been really exciting me. I've done a couple of these, and I like what I'm hearing.
But also as a mirror, an environment to reflect on my own thoughts.
I moved out last November, and we were still dating for a while, but then at the end of February,
In a process of
she ended it.
what some might call self-discovery,
It was pretty sudden, and I was kind of shocked,
and others might call enlightenment.
but at the same time, like, I had experienced so much peace living on my own.
Where each of us recognizes,
And then
like peeling back layers of an onion,
I started meeting these people that I never would have met otherwise, and
different ways that life has shaped our
it's just been like this breath of fresh air coming into a room that
habitual response system.
needed some fresh air. So it's been good. It's been really, really good.
And all of these recordings are personal voice notes that have been sent between friends.
And one of the way that I've been like getting to know
While friends get to know friends.
these new friends is through sending voice messages. And
And explore ideas
I had this idea to
that turn each other on in a way.
just put some of these voice messages onto binaural audio, because I've been using it for a year and a half now, and I feel like it's really helped create this calm steadiness inside of me, which is what it claims to do is through long-time exposure to give greater flexibility to the vagus nerve, where you're able to move through different ranges of like emotional states more quickly and with more intention. And so it's like flexibility in the vagus nerve. It's called vagal tone in the whatever you call it. But anyway, I feel like it's done that for me. And so it's something that I want to podcast for those people that do gravitate towards it. And I've got 4 or 5 people right now who are going to be part of this, where it's just like we're sending voice messages to each other, just like I'm doing right now, just recording it on my phone. It doesn't have to be all that like high-tech quality sitting at a computer and reading from a script. It can just be talking off the cuff and really just genuinely being ourselves. So Tom Perry, like, the reason I'm talking to you right now is because you did that so well on Mormon Expression and on Infants on Thrones with me and without me. It's just you, like your inquisitive nature, like the way you ask questions and the way you'd be like, hey, hang on, wait. Like, man, that just was great all the time. And now, like, this is a older, wiser, much more self-aware Tom Perry, but still has that whoa, hang on part. And if there was any way you would want to be part of this, God, I would love to have you as a contributor to this. Because, like, when I look at Infants on Thrones and just my development over that time, I like thinking that was the infant part. And you know what's coming next, right? Here's the throne. Because I picture, like, I get to, you know, like as missionaries would talk about the conversion process and like being able to watch someone change. And I don't know if you had baptisms like that on your mission, but I had 1 or 2 that perplexed me. And like one in particular, this guy he didn't ask any questions. And I'm like, are you sure you don't have any questions? Nope. So you want to be baptized? Yep. And you don't have any questions? I couldn't fathom it. And, but anyway, you know, like watching this process now as a therapist, where I get to watch people become more aware of their like unconscious impulses and like why they're doing some of the things that they're doing. And it's usually to protect something because, you know, they needed to protect it in the past. And like when they start to understand that, they start to notice it in the moment and catching themselves, and they practice and then get really good at seeing and raising this self-awareness. Like, I know you know what I'm talking about. And so to have conversations among people that are talking to each other at that level and modeling that, I think is so valuable, like something that I would want to share with my clients so that they can rehearse and practice what it's like to be self-aware and to have conversations with other people where you're like, wait a minute, tell me what you're learning about life. Like what's turning you on right now? Share that with me. So anyway, I wanted to reach out and let you know that at the very least, the imprint that you've had on me would create something like this in my brain as a fantastic idea. So I hope you're doing well. All right, I'll talk with you later.
Glenn? I can hear you. Hey, oh my gosh, what a nice surprise to hear from an old but loving familiar voice coming out of the binaural, is that what you said? Out of the harmonics, megahertz, out of the ether, coming out of the past, coming into the present, possibly even to the future. The one, the only, Glenn Osland, who's got patients crawling out of his ass. It's good to hear from you. Really good to hear from you. So you cracked me up, man. Driving by the post office, and I was thinking about the union as you do. That's so funny. How are things on my side? So weird. Boy, I think my life has taken a bigger turn in the last 6 months than it's. I'm trying to think. It's new challenges that I want to say excite me, but that's not the answer. That's not the right word. Challenges that are pushing my mental and emotional in such hard ways that, like, my resilience has been pushed to such extremes that, like, I'm just trying to keep myself together. Maybe I'll get into it in a little bit, but anyway, as far as like responding and being included in this stuff, I mean, I'm always down, dude. I really am. I'm always down. But if it's going to be an episode or a conversation where there's going to be that tone and that harmonics, I mean, yeah, like I told you before, it doesn't seem to have the same calming effect that it does on you that it does me. And it could just be my sensibilities. It could be my tinnitus. I don't know if I told you that, but around 2013, 2014, I ended up with pretty strong onset of tinnitus in both ears, but my left ear especially is bad. Where, yeah, it is exactly as described as like when you fire a gun without any ear protection. Like you hear that, well, it's not an alarm sound. It's just a constant humming. Yeah, you hear it in movies all the time, right? Where the hero is near an explosion, then they hear that buzzing. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, it's a little bit different, but yeah. So I'm definitely down to give it a shot, but just be forewarned that I might be like, man, this stuff's annoying. I mean, I don't know. And I appreciate the kind words. I've always been drawn to your voice too, but it's mostly because there's no facade with you, Glenn. There's never been. You've always been just very real. Even if you come across with like very eye-rolly dad jokes, or or you get really excited about something that that I have to do a Tom Sigh about or something like that, where I'm like, that doesn't quite get me all jonesed up like it does you. But yeah, I've always loved and respect you. So yeah, if you want to throw something my way, you want my reaction and stuff like that, hell yeah. I mean, just understand that I might respond with like a Tom Sigh, or be like, yeah, this is annoying. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to be just as transparent and authentic as I always am, I guess. I don't know.
So my vision of this project is that it's friends talking to friends. So like catching each other up on and making new friends with the different people who are contributing to this. Eventually I'm going to have like a single place that people can go and deposit their audio, and then I'll take it and I'll put it against the annoying backdrop. But like, so right now, my main goal is for you to get over your annoyance of it. If that happens, if that's possible. Because somewhere in that annoyance, no, it's interesting. You could even explore the annoyance, like what it is that bugs you about it so much. And I wonder, when you do it, are you sitting and focusing on just like meditating and relaxing, and it's taking you out of that? I don't know, I'm curious what the experience is. Because anyway, I can tell you more about how much I love these things. It doesn't really matter if you're finding it annoying. So I think there will be a lot of different voices that contribute to it. And it's me trying to share, I'm kind of like Lehi here, right? I mean, don't we all really strive to be like Lehi? Where we taste the fruit of this tree, and it's the love of God, and we just want to share that with everybody. But some people find it annoying. Like Laman and Lemuel, they didn't like the taste of the fruit of the tree. They found it really, really annoying. So I guess if you want to be like Laman and Lemuel, you can, but I don't know why anybody would want to be like those guys. But I mean, you can. And there's no judgment at all on my part here, Tom. None at all. If it's not, I mean, maybe it's just too annoying and this just isn't going to be a thing that you're going to want to be part of and benefit from. Like, I don't think Laman and Lemuel really ever came around either. And they had, like, really successful descendants that, like, had their own empire, and, like, there was a value in, like, what the Lamanites did. So we didn't hear much about Lemuelites, though. Not too much about them. But, all right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, dude, you make an excellent point. Whatever happened to the Lemuelites? What was there a ranking system in the brothers? I mean, like, didn't even Levi have a brother? Was it like Sam or something? Oh, dude, I'm really stretching my brain. How come there's not Samonites? Lemuelites, yeah, dude. Lamanites? Why just him? Is it because he was the only one spreading the seed around? And Lemuel, was like infertile or whatever. Like every time he had sex or whatever, it's like, why can't I get pregnant every time we have sex with him? And he's like, I've been trying. Like, what do you want me to do? Right? I mean, I haven't been pulling it out and putting my seed on the ground. We all know that the Bible says to not do that either, so I haven't been doing that. So what do you want me to do? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I could be like those guys. Yeah, they did have a good posterity and a good reputation. Jackass.
And then I sent Tom a little example of what this would sound like. And this was his response.
Okay, yeah. That was actually pretty fun. That was pretty cool. I'm down. I don't even you know what's funny, Glenn, is like, I don't even give a shit about like privacy and shit. Remember how I used to be like all anal about like, oh, don't expose that. I think I said too much about my sister or whatever. I really don't give a shit about that stuff anymore. I don't care. Yeah, I don't even care about like exposing too much. I don't want to overshare for overshare sakes, but no, man, that was fun. I liked it. I was surprised that you included so much of yourself in that first initial message. That was fun. That genuinely took me back to the good old infants days. I don't know if it did you, but like old hippy dippy Glenn with his long hair and trying to get all like social media savvy. I saw you on Instagram, by the way, looking all dapper and awkward, like I don't know how to do all this Instagram stuff, but still pulling it off. And I was like, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the G-Man. There he is, the Tao of all Taos. There he is. That was cool, man. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I don't know. And maybe it was because I forgot to tell you this. I did listen to several of the episodes of the Dojo of Sound, where you become a karate artist with ringing in your ears. No, I listened to several episodes. I liked it. There was some content that I made a note of. One of them is like, what is soul? Is that what was it that she said? She was talking about a soul and what that means and reincarnation and stuff like that. And I was like, ooh, that's interesting. But there is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I think you and I have even talked about this, and this is fate. I think you mentioned it on one of the episodes that I listened to, where you said, things happen for a reason or whatever, like things shape you in a certain way. I don't believe that, not even for a second. So, not even, nope. I definitely don't think that things happen for a reason. No. Definitely not. You remember Krista the Psychic? So, and I was thinking about that when you jumped back into my life or whatever, and I was thinking, I remember there was something she had said. Was it to me or in reference to either you or your sister? I can't remember. And I thought, that is such bullshit. But it could be, right? So I'm only going to just say this for a minute because I don't want to meander too long. But the reason why one of the main reasons why I firmly plant my flag in things don't happen for a reason is because there's just too many random and already at play variables that push us in certain directions. The whole, what is the self? Self is an illusion. Is there really free will? I think all of those things, when you take all those variables, it essentially eliminates that things happen for a reason. As if, like, if we start 20 years ago, if we look at who we were 20 years ago, and then we look at who we are now, and then we, like, I'm just thinking of myself. I'll even say, has it been like 15 years since infants? I think it was. 15, 16 years. Well, I think Mormon Expression was 2009, I think. 2010, somewhere in there. So we could be getting 15, 16 years. Anyway, you see they told, like, whoever had all the Mormon Expression episodes on an old database, it's gone now too. So every old episode's gone. I meant to download them and put them up somewhere. Damn it. Anyway. Like my adult ADHD. So if you look back to who you were, like if I look back at who I was then, like 15 years ago, I was going through my crisis or whatever, and then I look at who I was today, and then I tell myself, yeah, things happen for a reason. I'm so glad that I took that journey. I know. So I'm just so grateful for the way I work through things and process things, and the friends I made, experiences I had, sure. But like the journey that takes me to where I am now, I mean, I definitely like who I am now. But there are still things that I really don't like about who I am now that I'm still working on, right? So because it's not, you don't look at like whether it's your journey or 10 years, 15 years, 20 years or whatever as like a race where there's a start line and a finish line. Like it just doesn't work like that. So no, I definitely don't think things happen for a reason. Like if somebody loses a parent or sibling or child or something like that, and then they can look back and say, no, I'm so glad I went through that. I think that happened for a reason. It happened for a reason. And I guess maybe it's the definition of what do you mean by it happens for a reason? I mean, it happens, and then you can make something good from it, sure. But as if there's like some sort of predetermined fate, like these very traumatic things that happen to you sort of mold you into a different area, and then once you're in that area, you look back at that traumatic event and say, I'm so glad that happened. Jeez, dude. No, I don't subscribe to that at all. And some of it is because I firmly believe people can grow without having to experience pretty severe trauma, or even like severe trauma. You know, like a suicide attempt or something like that. Like, I don't know. That's it for me, dude. What is it, 6 minutes? So there you go. Anyway, love that little episode you sent me on the Dropbox. I laughed out loud when you sent me a Dropbox link. I don't even use Dropbox anymore. As I pull my tie up close, excuse me, as I get pretentious, I'm a Google Drive man now. I don't use Dropbox. That's for peasants. I'm kidding, dude. All right, talk to you later.